Hey guys, today I'm gonna make the no knead Dutch oven bread. It's mostly based on the New York Times recipe, and it's pretty much our mainstay. So I've already, for brevity's sake, I've already measured everything out, but in this case I like the King Arthur. The total amount of flour is going to be 3 1/3 cups. So in this case, because I like a little whole wheat action in my stuff, I did 2 cups of this AP flour, and then I did 1 1/3 of this white whole wheat flour, which is very nice. It's still a whole wheat. It's just like a little bit lighter than the full-on one you get. It's high in gluten. And you can use it in the same proportions and the same way you would use white flour. So it's one of my favorites. So they're all in here, and I'm just gonna quickly stir it up with my fork, get everybody integrated. This is my yeast. You can use some active dry yeast. 1/4 teaspoon. Why is it 1/4 teaspoon? It's a really slow rise. I won't bake this off. I'll just set this aside and bake it off tomorrow morning. So that's going in there. Stir it right in. And then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Bear in mind, you can't just willy-nilly substitute kosher salt for table salt, for sea salt. They're all different. This recipe calls specifically for kosher. It's less salty. The grains are bigger, so it's less salty. I know there's conversions out there. I'm sure you can find them online, but just go ahead and get yourself some kosher salt. It doesn't have stuff done to it. It's nice. Anyway, that goes in. Stir it around with the fork. You can use a mix master for this, but you don't really have to. All right, last, 12 ounces of water. It's humid here, so 12 ought to do it. But sometimes, depending on the atmosphere, you have to adjust. So I'm just kind of loosely gonna mix it up. Let's see what we get. So despite the incredible humidity here, 12 ounces didn't quite do it. So in that case, what you do, until you get a good feel for what the bread should look like, just grab yourself some measuring spoons and some water and just slowly go, tablespoon by tablespoon. In my case, I think I just added 2 extra tablespoons. And this is what I got. Can you see? It's kind of wet on the top. Notice how there's not really anything sticking to the side of the bowl. Just a little bit of stuff, and that's about it. So take a good gander at this, because tomorrow, when we look at it in the morning, it's going to be really quite different, and that's pretty cool. So, all right, so it's 11:09 here Eastern, which is, I'll let it rip until I get up tomorrow. I usually bake these guys off in the morning before it gets too hot. So yeah, probably be about 6:30 or so. I just use whatever kind of plastic I can find to cover this bread, this rise. Also, I should point out too, I used a kind of an oversized bowl because it is going to rise quite a bit and you don't want it overflowing. Definitely recommend plastic, or if you have like a sheet pan you can stick over, but I would avoid a tea towel or anything like that, because you'll get it'll just develop a crusty top and kind of inhibit the rise and just make your life harder. Hey, check it out. What a change, huh? Look at that, it's beautiful. It smells really nice and yeasty. Look how much change went. So it's like 8 o'clock here local time in the morning, and this has been probably going, I don't know, you guys do the math. Anyway, I'm going to use this tool here to scrape everything out of my bowl, and I'm just going to plop it here. Actually, plop it right here. And I'm gonna wet my hands. I wet my hands a little bit. And I'm just gonna pick it up and fold it on itself. Pick it up, fold it on itself. And that kind of gives it a nice shape and stretches out the gluten. I'm gonna use this nice little bench scraper that I have.
You should really get one of these. You can get them at that place on Stone, that economy place, they'll have it. And I'm just gonna pick this up and put it right on that parchment paper. Beautiful. Then slice, slice, and quick egg wash. And normally I'd put like sesame seeds or something, but I don't have any. But you can do that, sesame seeds or any kind of spice, you know, caraway, whatever you like, garlic, flakes, crusty salt. But I'm gonna skip it for today. Okay, so this is resting and hanging out. Meanwhile, I've set my oven to 450 degrees and I am warming up a big Dutch oven, Le Creuset that I have. You'll see it in the next shot when I pull it out and plop the bread in. But I've got both the lid and the pot in there, and they're gonna be like blistering hot when I drop this bread in. So that's that step for now, and that's a good opportunity for this to rest a little bit. Okay, so I've pulled the bread out of this bowl. I stuck that whole show into this bowl just to keep the shape, and I've just dropped it into my pot, which is blazing hot. I'm gonna put the lid on it, and we're gonna cook it that way with the lid on in the oven for 30 minutes at a 450 degree temperature. Not too shabby, huh? All right, so right away I popped it out from its container, you know, from the thing I cooked it in, and I have it like resting on this so it can, you know, cool off and have some air on it. So there you have it, friends. Look, pretty nice. Can you see that good crumb? Nice little whole wheat loaf. Had a nice loft on it. So my final bit of wisdom for you is you have to wait, no matter how much you want to get into that bread, you have to wait till it's cool, or else you will just destroy it with your knife. So be patient and don't bake when you're hungry. Have fun. Good luck.